Today is Olympia press conference day and I dragged my little brother with me. Said he wasn't interested, but you know, figured, hell, if he said if I wanted him to go, you'd go. I'm gonna make him experience new things, even if he doesn't want to. We made it, gonna try to get floor seating. Waited about 45 minutes outside. They let us in at 12:30, and it wasn't supposed to start until 12, so hopefully it won't be too long. I know my little brother's getting antsy. Got our seats. The middle was packed. If we were gonna sit in the middle, it would have been behind the cameras. But I think these are pretty good seats. We're gonna get to see all the guys come out. I'm excited, the first one. Got my main man with me. He's enjoying himself, trust me.
Big Ramy, you've been competing at the Olympics since 2013. You consistently moved up one spot every single year. You ended up in 4th place last year. Where will Ramy be this year?
Clearly. What's happening? Leaving the press conference right now, finishing up, gonna try to beat the crowd. We've been doing the vegan diet. I believe it's day 10 today. It's been working great, and one of my favorite things to make is some black bean, different kind of bean mixture patties that you can kind of put in between 2 pieces of bread, and it kind of feels like you're eating a burger or a sandwich or anything like that. It's really easy, really convenient to make. I make a bunch ahead of time so we have some throughout the week or throughout the day. I want to take you guys how to do it. I've had a couple of burgers, like a couple of vegan burgers from restaurants, and I do believe that this is one of the ones that I've had that not just because I made it myself, but that tastes the best. So I want to show you guys how to do that, and it's really simple and easy. I don't like to use soy. I've been trying to stay away from soy, even though we've been doing the vegan thing. But I want to take you guys and let you know what you need, how to get through this. It's going to be simple. You're going to love it, and it's going to just make the transition maybe a little bit easier, and it's easier for me to add some protein. So let's show you. First things first, I had cooked this up, a bunch of these, so I'm not gonna show you how to make these, but it's really simple. I think I boiled them over water. In here I have green split peas and green lentils. Second, what I have here is I have some crushed pecan. This adds a nice texture when you put it with the rest of the beans and the lentils. Second is sweet potato, just basic sweet potato. Sweet potato, it's in the bag right now. Other than that, so we got some black beans I'll show you how to cook up, and we got some rice going right now. Of course, we have our spices. Very rudimentary, but it tastes delicious and it makes everything a lot easier, so let's go through it. First thing you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees because we're going to get ready to cook that sweet potato. That sweet potato adds a little bit of sweetness, adds a little bit of texture. A lot of us are texture eaters, even if you don't know it. Having something that has the same texture of foods that you've previously eaten will make it more enjoyable. We're gonna take it, we're gonna cut it down the middle, and we're gonna add some olive oil on it, and we're just gonna cook it like that for 30 minutes at 400 degrees. So the oven is going on right now. I'm gonna do a quick wash now. Now we're gonna make the beans. I like to dry the beans first, kind of wash them out. They have that liquid that they come with, the bean juice. Clean that out. It's gonna make less farty sounds coming out your poo-poo. People around you are gonna enjoy that as well. So let's go. We're gonna just clean those out. We're gonna throw them in an open pot, and we're gonna let it cook and shit. Boom. The beans are done, all cleaned up, no bullshit underneath. I already got the water going over here, so we're just gonna place those. Boom. And we're gonna let that cook for 25 minutes. Everything's pretty much done, At this point, we're gonna mash them up. Then we're gonna put it in the oven, let it bake. We're gonna flip it. When we flip it, we're gonna add some cheese on top and let that cheese melt over. It's cheese with a Z, it's vegan cheese. But I'll get back to you guys in a bit. Let this cook. Gotta get help from my little brother with some homework. I'm gonna eat real quick. We got 25 minutes.
2,000 years later.
We got the sweet potato, it is done. And now what we've done is lower the temperature on the oven to 375 degrees. We're gonna let the black beans cook a little and we're gonna start mashing everything up. So far in here we have 100 grams of pecan pieces. In there we have a serving each of the green lentils and the green split peas. So we have 400 grams of sweet potato and we put 2 servings of jasmine rice. Now we're gonna go ahead and finish putting the beans in here, then we're gonna smash it all up. Oh, almost forgot, spices. Very basic. Ancient Himalayan sea salt gathered from the feet of monks. That is pretty much it. The sweet potato didn't cook good enough. I should have cooked it out for longer. I cut it a little bit thick. I could have used the thinner pieces. But I think when I bake it again, it'll soften up. And it might add for some better texture. Now we're gonna put these into patties. We're gonna put them in some trays, lube it up a little, and throw it in there for 20 minutes. Take it out, flip it, throw it in there for another 20 minutes with some cheese on top. And we'll see how these macros end up. To be honest, these macros are gonna be a little worse than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more protein, and now as I'm doing the math, it's much less, and we'll get to that protein talk in a little. For now, let's finish everything up here. Here's a nice way if you wanna measure them out and make them all even. I take a 1/3 serving measuring cup, and I'll scoop, compact, and put it in, press down a bit, and it makes it a little bit easier to do. To make it easier on yourself, you put a piece of saran wrap over this, and then you pack everything into it, so then you can flip it right out nice and easy. You pull the saran wrap out, it makes it much easier. You see what I just tried to do it quickly, did not work. Let's get this saran wrap. So now that everything is done, I'm just gonna take this extra oil around the top of the pan and pad the top of the patties. I got this recipe online. I'll put a link in the description. I didn't follow the recipe to a T. I'm kind of been experimenting, seeing what I like myself. That's kind of the point of this whole thing, right? This one, I feel like I could have done a little bit different. Gotta find a way to add more protein. They are all done. I flipped them, threw a little bit of vegan cheese on them. Each one of these is about 170 calories, 6 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat. That's actually not where I wanted it to be. I was hoping the protein was a little bit higher, towards 10 and 15 grams. The carbs a bit lower, and the fat's all right. I think next time I'll choose some nuts that have less carbs in them, a little bit higher protein content, and same with the beans. I like this dish and I want to make sure that I'm getting enough protein in still. So enjoy and dig it.